I just want to talk about a few things. It's a rambling. I'm rambling, and it's like venting, and we're gonna go back to the scriptures because I have things I have to say. Okay, but hear me out. Now I want y'all to watch the timeline because God said we're supposed to be watching, right? And why we need to watch? Why we need to watch is because of the lawless one. While we in watch, because we're going to witness this. We are going to witness this, and God told us we're going to. So listen here. Let me mark down the timeline for you. 9/11 happened, right? And after 9/11, a lot of people went into deep depression, right? So a lot of people have a mental disorder of most of us, maybe not all of us, have ADHD. We have some type of traumatic stress disorder, okay? And that can affect you mentally and emotionally, because now you're easy to be triggered and react to certain things because you witness that trauma, and now it gives you a disorder of keep reflecting on that trauma. Like how black people reflect on the trauma with slavery. It's the same thing. So basically, we all are going through a mental psychosis disorder of not remembering and being victimized into stress. So any type of subconscious area of your life that you're having problems with, it will deeply affect it. Like if you were raped and stuff, that by people with sexual disorder or being raped and stuff, they will come out and be traumatized. Females who've been abused and stuff, they're going to be like more feminines and stuff. Men who've been abused by their mother and not giving them emotional support because crying to them is weak, they're going to be more aggressive and stuff. Anything that you are that gives you trauma of reflecting on self would shine more. So black people were mostly affected with this because it triggers our slavery mental, so it's like driving you back into emotional disorder where you already been. So we keep saying Black History Month and stuff, that traumatize you too, because now you are passing on your trauma to other kids. So now this is passed on to other children, other generations. So this is like a passed on thing. And now for people since 9/11 and your kids growing up, they too will have the effect of it because they keep remembering about it, but plus they're more affected. But if the kids more today are more, I'm gonna say they use their brain more than people who are raised up not using it as much, if you understand what I'm saying. So they're more like mentally equipped, why they're so easily to play with technology and stuff. They're adjusted to this because they were born in this area, so they're more equipped to adjust than we from the younger the older generation. You understand what I'm saying? So this is more like a passed down trauma. So now you want to, now we can phase off with that. Now the next phase. Now I'm understanding the presidents that comes after that too, because the trauma has continued now after they said we had a relief, right? okay, they say we had a relief with Obama. That's how we're going to look at that, because now we're looking at as through the brain, not looking from it how it affects your emotional, even though it's both connected, because the heart and the mind is one. That's one organ. Okay, we get back to that. But now you understand that. They said that it gives you a relief. Now, if you're already deeply depressed and you got relief, meaning phase it out like a pill, like you're drugged up, so you don't you don't feel it, and then after give you back the trauma, that's going to trigger it even more. So now your subconscious is now reflecting in your reality through your actions. So now you're not really going to be able to catch it. It just happens because they're triggered by it. So you could just so happen, like, now you're going to be emotionally connected to it than physical, because now it's going to show by your doings. You understand what I mean? And so this is like a reverse psychology. If you understand what I'm saying, that mean it'd be easy for you to be persuaded, to follow through, because now you're mentally, I wouldn't say triggered or trauma. That's not the word. Let's just say influenced. You're easily influenced, like peer pressure. All right. So, and then that's where Trump come in. So this is like a chaotic, it's chaos. Because now that mostly affect your heart with your mind. Because now, since they're both connected, so you're now emotionally unstable, and now your senses are now off, triggered. Okay, so this is when discernment come in. Now, if you're not spiritually have discernment, this will everything will affect you, because you don't have any discernment. You don't know how to see your triggers, see the reality of what's happening from your perspective, because you're only going to see from what you're going through, and you're not seeing the bigger picture, if you understand what I'm saying. So that is like that's like building up that's like psychosis. It's like you're building up a character of another person, because now you're not dealing with yourself now, because now you're dealing with your emotions and your trigger separately from yourself. So it's either you're living in reality with discernment, understanding your triggers. If not, you're living in your triggers, living in your emotions. So now you don't really see anything. You're not understanding anything. So so this is when spirituality comes in. Okay, spirituality will help you discern, see the difference of what's going on with your mind, your heart, and your soul, your inner self, your soul, for you to see what is affecting and from what is not being affected. If that's the best way I can explain that, and for you to see that, you have to cleanse your body first, because now you have to cleanse your mind with your heart. That's where fasting come in. Understanding what fasting means, meaning, we understand that fasting means replace food with the word. But now I'm going to tell you from a scientific point of view for what fasting do to you, because your body is built up, right? And your blood system, it's like syrup. It's like sugar, okay? And because salt turns into sugar, and sugar turn into starch. And starch is what gives you energy. You understand what I mean? So now, if you are understanding that too much salt will affect your body as much as too much sugar would affect your body, because your body is made up of sugar. You understand what I mean? That's what your blood is, sugar, syrup. Okay. So understanding that, that means it's a chemical imbalance. Because if you're not eating life, meaning things that give you life, like fruit, vegetables, stuff of that sort, you're eating like candy and snacks and all that stuff. That stuff was overstimulated your body, because your body is already made of those things. That's why you have natural sugar that'd be easy for you to break down, because it's easy to turn into starch. Understand? Now, it won't be easy to turn into starch if it's chemical and dyes and all that stuff. It's going to be hard for your body to adjust to that, because now it develops dead tissue, and dead tissue is dead cells, and dead cells is not good for your body. Okay, and when dead cells die, those have life, so it needs to attach to other things to give it life, and for that to happen, that's why you have cancerous cells. That's what cancer is. It's feeding off living organisms. Okay, all right. So now that you know that, why fasting is important, because it takes 3 days for your body to naturally eat up all the natural nutrients that's already been eaten. So if you're eating chemicals, you naturally have to dissolve of that, meaning you just have to let that kill itself, because if disease only lives when you feed it, and if you don't feed it, it won't live. So the best thing for you to do is fasting. What fasting does, it kills what it's feeding. If you are feeding a cancerous cell, meaning it's a dead tissue, it has to live on something. So what you're basically doing is you have to not feed it. So what you do, that's what fasting does. Because it takes 3 days for the body to naturally eat up all the thing that's on your body that's already eat when you consume stuff like eating. So you the first 3 days is what helps, because now you have to take all the stuff off your body. So that's why fasting is important, because you're cleaning the chemicals out of your body naturally. And then you eat the fruits and the vegetables and stuff, after the few days when you fast, because the first 3 days is the hardest, because that's what your body is killing. It's killing it. That's why the first 3 days is the hardest. Okay, so now, while you have to eat good things that gives you life, things with seed, you have to eat natural stuff. And now that you've seen that they're making fake stuff, like you have white seed watermelon, where'd that come from? That's telling you that they're growing it in labs, but why the seeds are still white? It's not black, and and it's spongy and watery. It's not, doesn't have nutrients in it. So it's good to eat natural stuff. And now it's going to be harder for you to find natural stuff. So that's why reading the word, so God can, help you find these things. Okay, that's why it's good to eat things with bones, raw fruits and vegetables. It's stay up on that so your body can naturally absorb the stuff. That's why we're in the days that we're in now, because your body is full of chemicals, and it's already overstimulated in the process, and people are not already worked because their body is stressed out, and that's another way of you catching bronchitis and pneumonia, and that's the only way you can cure that is resting. So this is in the stage where we are in, fasting and rest, because mental slavery is still here, because you're working for a dime and a dollar. So now I'm trying to tell you why you have to fast and you have to pray, because it's really important. Scientifically, it is. Okay, you have a great day, and then we're going to continue with this. Not with the ramble, with what I was talking about before. All right, so stay tuned to my next video. Hallelujah.